if they do that, they're going to be, the Cougars will be very, 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 very tough to beat.
Wilson! Oh! And we are tied!
Let's go! Call them five Slamma Jamma.
And I don't ever let them forget where we come from.
Getting those phones out. Report me acting ignorant.
Down, Dean Connors. Found some daylight. Found the end zone. Touchdown, Houston.
Seventh heaven for Houston. The Cougars advance to their seventh Final Four.
Go Coogs! Let's go!
It's so good! The dream remains alive for the Houston Cougars.
Welcome into another edition of Let's Rage Coogs, presented by the Saxenian Family. Big shout out to today's sponsors in Steve Saxenian and our secondary sponsor in Star Pizza Houston. We are coming off the heels of a 77-64 victory for the 7th-ranked Houston Cougars over the Baylor Bears. They improved to 25-5 with the win, 13-4 in their overall record in Big 12 conference play. But Kris, Dayon, Fluff, there's something different about Fluff's background here tonight. That is the Fertitta Center. That is not a backdrop. Fluff, you got to, for the first time, experience the Fertitta Center, and you had a hell of an atmosphere game to experience it. Fluff, welcome home.
Man, thank you, man. Thank you. Heck of an experience today. We thought, we probably was going to win a little easier. Baylor was on fire in the first half, which made it a tight ball game. So it was just amazing to be home today. A lot of different emotions. So, went into the practice facility, saw my picture, had some emotions there. Just an amazing day today. Great day today to be a Cougar, be back here, see something new. The Fertitta looks amazing, but something about it still feels High-Fines-ish, and it feels like a newer home. You know what I mean?
First, great to see you in person, brother.
You too, brother.
I tried to be a petty man and get Fluff to challenge Emmanuel Sharp to a 3-point contest a few minutes ago.
Ain't won none. Hey D, I was out here splashing.
Hey, you was ready?
We got video clip.
He looked. He said, "I don't want none of that. I don't want none of OG." You know what I mean? That's 5 years versus how much I had in 2 years. You know what I mean? So
that's fact. Yeah, E-Man was sitting down for an interview with Chancellor Johnson.
I respected him. He respected his OGs. I like that. I used like, you know what? Even if he thought he was going to, you know what, OG, I'm going to let you have that today, man. You got it, man. You know what I mean? So that was big time. Good kid. Great kid. Good to meet these guys in person. I never met Kingston. Did I meet him? I never met Emmanuel. I never met a lot of these guys. Mercy. You know what I mean? Some of my guys that I really take to from a distance, I got to really meet them today, and it was amazing, you know?
We're glad you made it here in person, man, and I'll post this from Nita real quickly. That is awesome that you got to see the game in person. It is, man.
It is.
And this you can answer this one a lot better than I can because you played here. How do you rate the Fertitta experience, man?
I give it 100. I give it 100, man. 100 out of 10. 10 the last number, I give it 100. Yo, the way it's structured, it's like it's a lot of seats and it's a lot of fanfare, but it's still space to like wild out a little bit.
Oh, we just lost him.
Hold up, let me
So yeah, this is live. So Andy's close to Fluff. So damn, you talk real quick. He just lost Fluff's audio there for a second. But real quickly, damn, game-wise, what do you think of the game?
Kris, is it?
Hold on, man. We got to stay on Fluff. Chris, you seen Fluff in the High-Fines. How many points Fluff would have put up in the Fertitta?
Fluff, are you back now? How's audio?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we're good now. Yeah. Well, I'm going to say this from my perspective real quick. the lighting's better, so I'm gonna say he'd have got more points here with the better lighting than he did it. Oh, dimly lit Hawthornes. Fluff, you agree with that?
I ain't trying to be funny. Like, I don't want to sound like that type of guy. You know what I'm saying? Because
Hey,
in here,
Am I wrong, though, brother?
no, I'm sure. Yo, listen, I would have had a 65 in here because the lighting is just like I just would have been dancing a little more. You know what I mean?
Brighter spotlight
And
on
it,
the
it-
board.
and it's different because
hold on, Chris, hold on, Chris. What about that intro? How they come out and mute? Like, hold on. What about that intro?
And then y'all darken the lights and y'all got me like y'all doing it like that every night. Oh man, come on, man. Chris, listen, Chris could tell y'all, man. Chris know what type of dude I was, man.
oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. We played.
AD,
We really never thought about how dimly lit it was. It was just how it was. We got
AD.
used to it.
Chris know how. Listen, put it like this, D. Y'all know we need to cap this because we Cougars. We ain't no Wildcats. You understand? When Kentucky came in here, well, not here. If you want to, yeah, Kentucky came to our house. The point guard left with 0. I never lost a guard matchup ever. So somebody might say, yo, you played against Derrick Rose. And then I'll tell them again, I never lost a guard matchup ever. Head to head, I never lost one, D. So to lighten up like this, man, even just the ambiance of before the game. I went to I've seen everything. I seen everything. I seen the locker room. I seen the game. So there's a practice locker room. Then there's a game locker room. Then I could come and get me a nap, get my shots up. You gotta think about this. Because you asked the question. I could get a nap at the facility, get my shots up, get a massage, ice up, come back to the other locker room. I don't like those sneakers. I'm gonna put the other sneakers on. You know what I mean? Tell the manager, go get the other sneakers. You know, we were wearing Adidas at the time, but I'm just saying, you know, it's just I would have got here so early. I don't know how some of the guys here, but I don't know if Chris remember, but I always was the first guy here.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I always was the first. I was always the first guy here before the games. Always. So to know the ambiance was so much even better than what it was, I just would have performed at so much of it at a higher rate because of all the amenities. But for the kids to get it now is great. You know what I mean? Like I'm happy to be able to see that. You know what I mean? To be alive to see this. That's how you know that things are really at another level. You know what I mean? To be able to see the turnover in this, like, I mean, D, you would have to see how dim this place was before. Like, it's basically like looking how much the lighting is now. It's almost like it's almost equal to no lighting before. Of how much lighting it is now. It's crazy.
Staying with guards, I would have seen Kingston live.
I couldn't be more right than right, bro. That's a bad boy, man. And you know what I loved about him the most tonight? He had a little, he stretched his groin out a little bit. He got right up and was like, I'm still at you.
Yep.
That's my guy, man. Yo, I met him today. Great. I met him today, talked to him for a couple minutes. That's one thing I will say about the Cougs, we got some great kids on the team. Like we got some we got some genuinely good kids on the team. Like personality, respect, love it.
You heard it from the man there. That's it. I mean, Fluff, give you a different perspective that we can give. Yeah.
I brought L Boogie out.
Yeah.
Lenny Smith was at the game tonight. He know he had to come see me at the game.
Yeah, good for you. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. Good for you. I'm not gonna say anything else to get us in trouble.
Jamal Nixon was at the game tonight.
But y'all, Fluff, was it you?
Thank you.
It looked like you were talking some smack in the. So you stood up like in the first half. Was that you talking some noise to somebody?
Yeah, man, cause the dude had the Baylor stuff on. He was going crazy. I'm like, man, you see how much red in here? You know what I mean? What are you doing? Why ain't you go sit on the other side, man? But it was friendly. It wasn't like that.
Yeah, ironically, Andre Branch, who's from here, he's a Baylor alum as well. He came up and spoke to me. I work with his dad, so. But I spend more time. We talk more Coogs and Baylor nowadays. But it's good to see a lot of people I haven't seen in a while. And oh yes, the Cougs did come back and win. Baylor led for most of the first half until it was tied at halftime. Then Emmanuel Sharp hit the three to put Houston ahead for the first time. Was it 59-58? I think that was the score. Courtesy of the Kingston Fleming steal. The defense, they got kills, make 3 straight stops. They made some adjustments defensively. It ended up being a Cougar win, man. JoJo played personally one of his best games in a long time.
That was his best game this year.
Offensively, defensively, he avoided foul trouble. And you heard post-game comment Coach said regarding JoJo and foul trouble.
Yeah, they're trying to figure out how to keep him out of foul trouble. And Coach made a joke. They can't figure it out. Oh, and then they just turned off the lights.
Turn off the lights. Look at that.
Jeez.
Yeah, now I'm
This
dark.
is what hot fights look like, Fluff, whenever you play.
Yeah. Are they telling us to get out?
Nah, we're good. I don't know if it's like a timer.
Yo, that was cool, man. It's gonna be good views right here.
Because he's lit. Look like I'm in the shadows now. So yeah. But kudos to Baylor. Baylor made 6 of the first 9 threes, and Cameron Carr, man, he made some tough threes in the first part of that. Deep threes too, man.
That first half. Sorry, Chris. That first half, it seemed like every time Houston was making a mini run, Baylor always had an answer. Like they would hit a big shot and they would keep that separation. And it seemed like they were able to keep that 8-point, 6-point difference. Anytime Houston made a little run, you thought they were going to make a comeback. They had an answer until the very end of the first half when Houston was finally able to tie it.
Oh, that was not to cut you. That's Xana Gibson. I think she was sitting by me. And she said, "Oh, you really came?" I said, "So I'm not a liar. Good to see you, Xana." Last year the podcast thought I was a liar because I was supposed to come last year. I didn't come. So I'm gonna, and I want to tell everybody this. I'm gonna try to make it to where I come here about 3 or 4 times a year. That's gonna be even better. You know what I mean?
That'd be great, man. For sure. And most likely, I hope Dayon can make one of those 3 or 4 trips, so we have all of us here together. But let
me tell you guys something. I hate to cut you off, Chris, but I have to.
Go ahead, brother.
We got to stick. I mean, I'm seeing some things going on in here, and we got to just keep trucking. We got to just keep trucking and keep pushing at this thing because. Not that anything's against us, but the support is us, and we got to just make it as better as possible, as much as we can individually, and we will. We got some good fan base, and we got to just keep banking on that.
And I think 4 different people came up to me and asked me to pass the word to y'all. Keep up the good work. They appreciate what we do, so that's we appreciate that as well. Thank you for those kind words.
100%.
It was nice to see you too, man. Fluff on Kellen said, "Oh, they going crazy. They going crazy." It makes sense.
It makes sense.
It makes sense, especially when you got Robert McKiver Jr. coming. I said, "Hey."
Oh yeah,
yeah. There's a tradition.
That's different. Senior night cut down the conference championship net, regular season net.
3 years in a row previously, they had cut down nets. Senior night.
So yeah, tonight was a different one. This is just a plain old senior night.
Yeah.
Hey, Boom Boom D. What's his name? Boom Boom D. That makes sense to me. That makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, it makes sense to us too. That's why we're pushing Fluff to get that done.
And we're gonna stay on this show all the way to the and Callan gave me a warm hug today, man. You know, that was I had a good moment with him today. So we'll see.
But yeah,
I
I'm
tell you what, I tell you
glad to
guys
hear
what, I tell you what, I can tell you guys what. When I got here and I seen it for Tita, I said how hard we work. I said, this is Rob McKiver Jr.'s first pick. So I want to put that out there to Let's Raise Coogs.
Yeah.
That Robert McKeever Jr., the plan is to put the 3 on and put the McKeever Jr. on the back. That's the plan. So let's just do what makes sense as Cougars and when the time comes.
And how old is he?
He's 11.
Okay.
Got time. It all, listen, if you think about the time frame on everything, it all kind of walks into it.
Class of 2033.
Yeah. So it all kind of walks into it. If the GOAT Sampson does 4 more, 3 or 4 more, that puts us at sophomore, junior, Kellen. Boom. I'm just saying.
Talking into existence.
Because why not put 2 guys on the wall?
Yeah.
That'd be a first. Yeah.
That'd be a first.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Let's have a real show tonight. Let's have a real show tonight. Let's not do the. I'm in town. I'm only in town for this one day right here. Let's be real. When I saw that on the wall today, I said, and I seen the guys that's on the wall. Like, forget me being on the wall. When I seen the guys that's on there, I said, that's a different place.
Was it recorded? Have you Did you share it on Instagram?
Not
He
yet,
has it
but
recorded,
but I
but
told Andy, bro, like it was nothing fake about it, bro. Real tears, right, Andy?
yeah.
Like, yo, bro, like all jokes are like real tears, like baby tears, bro. I couldn't believe it, and I didn't even. I thought I was gonna respond differently, because I've been posted it, I've been saw it, I've been knowing it was there, but when I walked in there, I just lost it. I just couldn't believe it. You know what I mean?
Well, let's touch on that. What are your thoughts on the practice facility, the center?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Let me say this: if you got NBA aspirations and you got real NBA dreams, and you at this university and you're not considered to have a chance, you ain't working. Because it's just so much. It's just like you can seclude, like, because some people might say, you have amenities, but you can seclude yourself. You could really dive into, you could go into that dark, peaceful place of working on your game. Like, just you don't, you could just be in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's because I'm sure they have the swipers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's just a different place, man. It's a different place. It's an amazing place. I'm ecstatic. I'm ecstatic of it. I got some shots up in there too. You know what I mean? Hey D, that thing's still chicken though. Chris saw it. That thing don't
Yeah.
even hit the rim. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah, we got shots of you here inside of the Fertitta Center.
Yeah, man.
Nothing but net.
But 24, to go back to the game, the kid from Baylor is a pro. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes, a
fool. Oh
fool.
yeah.
Yeah. Yes, a fool. Yeah.
Yeah. He was too big for some of the Coogs guards. So yeah, some good
I
play
think
calls by
so.
Baylor.
During the broadcast, they were saying that he's one of those players who may be projected to go late first and probably can up his stock coming back another year. And like if he's projected to go late first, of course he talked to his agents, circle around him, and it can make more sense for him and another freshman to come back and make the same amount of money that they would make being a projected
Late
late
first
first
round.
round. Yep, and come back. So they definitely mentioned that with him too.
Is the tunnel flipped around the other way? Was the tunnel on the other side?
No, that's the same thing. Yeah. We would just set up on this side though. You were on my side.
No, what I'm saying is how High Finds was is the tunnel right
Oh,
here.
same thing. The
How are
shell
they going?
the shell is the
I'm
same.
I'm confused on how everything is like in a maze and how you like how I got over here. I don't even know how I got over here from the practice spot.
It's connected.
I know I would have to just get used to it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah. Did you go on through the back way and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why. That's what threw you off. Yeah. But yeah, this Fertitta Center is. I mean, the shell is still Hofheinz. It just updated some stuff, because some of the steps are still the same. Still staggered steps in the building, things like that. But the lighting is great. The video board is great. The gray seats, all that's nice. But Houston is now one step closer to being the second seed in the Big 12 tournament next week.
Mm-hmm.
And playing at 6 o'clock on Thursday the 12th.
They clinch it with a win against Oklahoma State, or Texas Tech loses.
Correct.
One.
Yep, correct.
Talking about tonight's game, Kingston Fleming, his final stat line, he had 21 points, 7 assists, 3 rebounds in the game, and today he was really, really aggressive. Fluff, I know you liked in the first half when he drove and he threw it down.
Kingston?
That got the whole Fertitta
I
Center
can't believe we did that while I was here, man. Jeez. That kid, I told y'all about that kid. I couldn't even really get the rap with him like that because you don't want to they all Cougars and you're a former Cougar, so I don't want to do too much. I want to tell him like, bro, I've been telling him about you for 2 years and a half, man.
Mm-hmm.
Because don't forget he signed early.
Yeah, they did.
But he was amazing tonight. I want to say he had to shoot about 55% tonight.
He was very efficient, and then today he was much more aggressive. He got to the free throw line a lot of times tonight
I
too.
think he's going into a different. He about to go. He's reminded me he might get ready to have that tournament Derrick Rose had.
Yeah,
like he. I don't know if he just went back to training a little different or more or whatever or different little things.
I think he's rested too. That helped him as well. Some days off,
Okay.
But talking about aggressive, Milo Suzanne, he took shots. He was aggressive with his shot tonight. He didn't make them at an efficient clip, but he took them.
Mm-hmm.
Drives to the hoop. What do I think about that?
Ooze was good tonight. I still think he's a little too hesitant sometimes when he has the advantage, or he might go and he got to just stop picking up his dribble in that lane, just make another move or make a kick. You know what I mean? And he was good tonight, very good tonight. Tugler, best game of the year. That matter of fact, I'm gonna keep it real. That's the best I've seen Tugler play.
yeah, he looked confident. He was making moves, even at the end, towards the end of the second half. Where it's your night when he kind of just threw up a
That left
shot
hand,
towards the end
that
of the
left
shot
hand
The
clock,
lefty, yeah.
banked in. I'm like, well, it's U of H's night. From that point, they had went on their run, and it had been an avalanche against Baylor. But there was a lot of post moves. He was sharp on his post moves tonight, too.
But the thing is, he was 6 for 9. 2 of his 3 misses were bad. He threw up a left hand shot that had no chance at all, and then he had a right jump hook in the first half that clanged off the backboard too. But everything else, he looked good. He finished well. This is the JoJo that Houston fans, I think probably the staff too, honestly.
he looked good tonight. He looked very good.
Want to see and hope to see the rest of the season because he makes a difference.
What about from Emmanuel? You got to saw his shot up close and personal.
He can
He
shoot
knocked
it.
5 of them down.
Yeah, he can shoot it. Emmanuel can shoot it. For sure. He had a good game tonight too. Got in a little foul trouble, but it wasn't nothing too crazy.
Let me ask y'all this: before they fouled late first half, the Cougs had I think three fouls. Do you think Baylor's offensive hot start. They made 7 in a row. They were rolling a lot in the first half. Was it because Houston wasn't playing physical Houston defense? 3 fouls most of a half. That's not Houston basketball.
Mm-hmm.
I got
Honestly,
to credit
Baylor,
Baylor's shot making. Yeah,
yeah,
go
Baylor
ahead.
was making a lot of shots. No, I was gonna say the exact same thing,
Baylor was
Dayon, but
hot, bro.
That was hot.
they were hitting their open shots. They were give credit to them.
Give credit to them, but sometimes when Houston was chasing, they got lost. They didn't
Mm-hmm.
switch. They didn't communicate. You saw. First things first. The starting lineup tonight was senior dominated because of senior night.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that threw us off a little bit.
So that was part of the slow start defensively. But there were a few times it stopped when the communication got better and guys switched. You could see the talking better. As Milo said in post game, they played 5-on-5 defense. So that involves talking and knowing when to switch and how to handle the chase and all that kind of stuff too. So that helped. But Baylor, the 3-point shooting, they were rolling it for a while, but they took a lot more threes and twos, and the defense caught up with them because they only made 1 3 in the second half.
hmm
So I think, as Dayon says in many of the shows, Houston's physicality and defense wore down Baylor in the second half.
Yeah, that's true. They and the difficulties on the shots that they had to make was a little different in the first half. In the first half, they kind of, not saying that we wasn't playing defense, but we kind of was like maybe contesting a little too lazy. Not really a lot, but just a little bit.
Well, in part of it, Cameron Carr, his threes are so deep. Coach Sampson touched on it post game. It looked like the Cougar defenders did not think he'd take the shot. It was so deep.
Yeah.
So they were like, he's not going to shoot this. And then he took it and switched it. So Houston adjusted. I think the guys adjusted and made Baylor take tougher shots and hand up, make him put on the floor a couple of times and throw off the rhythm as well.
Hold on, Fluff. You didn't even mention your boy John Houston.
Oh man, amazing to see John Houston. I was messing with him and I told him, he said, "Man, you really got my age right like that." I told him, I told him I said 58 and I had it on the nose. Amazing seeing John Houston. Me and Laney was talking about the fact that he deserves out of probably everybody from the regime, he deserves it the most because he's seen every stop of eras of coaches from Drexler to Dickey to Penders to whoever. He's weathered the storm and he's sitting back watching top 5 to 10 team every year in the country.
That's a
Great to see John
great
Houston.
call, Dayon. I'm glad you brought that up about John Houston. That's great.
John Houston is the man, bro. And I just told him today. I tell everybody he's the best trainer in the world. He's the. I say he said he's looking at me. Are you for real? I say this on this show probably at once a show that he's the best trainer in America. That boy, he put his gloves on, his black gloves on. He ready to go every game. He ready. So another thing, I didn't know Kris was that big in real life. I thought, he might be 6'11". What is he? 6'10" or 6'11"?
They're 6'11", right?
Oh, he's 6'11".
Yeah.
I'm like, he ain't 6'10", he's 6'11"
Yeah.
and a half.
he might not be done grown, yeah.
Because he's 18, right?
Yeah, because I don't think Kingston's done growing. So I think Kingston's got a little taller and may add another inch to his height too.
After the game, I think they said that the Baylor coach said that Kingston reminds him of Russell Westbrook. They said that on
Yep.
ESPN.
No, yep. Scott Drew mentioned in his post game presser. He was really impressed. He spoke very highly of Kingston Fleming.
He's so aggressive and so humble though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like he's never like, not saying he would be wrong for doing that, but like I think that's why coaches like him because 13 for 26. See? 13 for 26 on the field. He was
Combined Flemings and Sharp.
Oh, combined Flemings and Sharp. Okay. But
Yeah,
yeah,
Kingston
he's
was
like
7
the
for
humble killer.
14.
He was what?
7 for 14. He's 50%.
Yeah, I know he was efficient. So what was Sharp?
That would put him at 6 for 12.
6 for 12. Yep.
Yeah, 6 for
That's
12.
good.
They
That's
both shot
great.
50%.
That's great. What was Ooze?
5.
5 for 16.
Yeah. Yeah, 5 for 16.
He started out 1 for 9. So he
I like
Yeah.
5 for 16 for him though.
yeah.
You'd rather that than some of the stat lines he's had earlier in the season where he just takes 3, 4 shots, 5
Mm-hmm.
shots in a game.
When he's, as you said before, Andy, just another guy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You want him locked in and aggressive and forcing the issue. Honestly, you'd be okay with him forcing the issue at times.
Yeah, because one of the ones he hit in the second half, it was like it was just a matter of time.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Oh, who was it? Yeah, Crabtree touched on the conference. TCU winning at Texas Tech,
Mm-hmm.
and
That was
Arizona State
crazy.
beating Kansas on
Oh
Monday.
my god, who's that?
Helping out Houston pretty much wrap
Oh,
up
I
the
forgot
two-spot.
about that. Look, nah, right
Yeah, I
here.
gotta get that.
I
You're
forgot.
right.
Remember, Flo's been talking about this.
Yeah. Crawfish
Ignacio Pizza
Kansas.
Leon.
Hey. Oh my goodness.
He asked about you, Fluff. He asked where you were. I
Who?
saw him. I saw him.
Ignacio,
Ignacio. I saw him. He came up to you and talked to me at halftime.
Who?
Ignacio, the guy right
the
here,
commenter.
commenter right here.
Oh,
Pinto
okay.
Leon. Yeah, you had just
Okay.
walked up the steps like a minute before he came over and talked to me and said hello.
Okay.
And I told him that he had just missed you because he asked where you were.
I'm here, baby. I just feel good because this is like our own family of doing the show. I just feel good that I kept my word and got out here.
Yeah.
I really that really makes me feel good that I'm saying that, especially for my brothers. I was so happy to see y'all in the flesh. Me and Andy. Where's that picture from, D?
So they posted it on Twitter.
Oh yeah,
Who?
they did. Yeah, there's people.
On
There's
Hoop
just
and
people.
Holler.
Yeah, you never know, Fluff. There's people who's watching.
I like that.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man. I might be back here sooner than later, man. It feels good
Talking
to be
about how I
home.
feel coming back to the tray, third ward.
It feels good to be home. Some of it looked the same though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of
There's some parts that y'all don't know about. There's some parts y'all
yeah.
don't know about.
Yeah.
Some of it, like McGregor, Yellowstone,
Mm-hmm.
look about the same. Griggs Road, Griggs look about the same.
Mm-hmm.
How much time do you have to look around third ward?
I didn't take a long ride. You know what I'm saying? We was trying to get me and my cousin. We was trying to get here. You know what I mean? So we just kind of make a couple of left, a little right, a little left, and I can still see. And where I used to get my hair cut at, that still looked the same. The McDonald's was right there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cullen is different, but not
Yeah.
really. Kind of. It's home though. I don't know whatever. It's home.
Real quickly, then, take this moment to thank again the sponsors for this edition of Let's Rage Coogs, starting with Steve Saxenian, the primary sponsor, not only this episode of Let's Rage Coogs, but he has been all season long. So big thank you to Steve Saxenian. This is LRC presented by the Saxenian Family. And also big thank you to today's secondary sponsor in Star Pizza Houston, with multiple locations throughout the Houston area. Star Pizza is your go-to stop before or after the game. Be sure you visit them online, starpizza.net, Star Pizza HOU on X, Star Pizza Houston, Texas on Instagram.
Yeah, brothers, we can't wrap. Let's wrap it up because I still got to get to the house and record another show, and then
All right.
go to work.
Yeah, once again, the final score from inside the Fertitta Center, the Houston Cougars, the 7th-ranked Houston Cougars, came away with a 77-64 victory over Baylor. Kingston Clemens led U of H in scoring. He had 21 points to go along with 7 assists and 3 rebounds. Emmanuel Sharp right behind him with 19 points in the game. JoJo Tugler had 14 points and 6 rebounds in the victory over the Bears. So, like you guys mentioned, he had a really, really strong showing.
And just
And the
one
one,
foul.
yeah, one foul, which is that. Look, if Houston can get that over the course of the NCAA tournament run, like Kelvin Sampson said in post game, that's what is really going to make them dangerous. In order for them to be able to make a deep run. The last part I want to shout out that we haven't really touched on, but I felt like he did really good, is Chase McCarty. Chase McCarty
Yeah,
did
Oh
really good
yeah.
today.
Oh yeah.
big minutes. We say he
Instant
the bigger
impact.
Ramon.
Yeah.
And he's you can feel you can see the confidence. He's just oozing more confidence now. And when he got the ball, he was ready, locked, loaded, let it go without hesitation, and switched
I
it.
think
And
his
it's
best is
just
yet to come.
In the
yeah. Oh, I
the
agree,
pump
100%.
fake and the baseline
Yeah.
drive floater with the in the and one.
And one.
That's
Mm-hmm.
new. That's a new thing for him. That's good to see
Mm-hmm.
because when people start running him off the 3-point line, he has something else in his bag. So that's another positive going forward for him and the team.
Yeah.
Chris, I'll toss it over to you. Any final thoughts on this game, and where can people find you, sir?
It's great to see my brother Fluff in person. Thank you to everybody staying up late with us here on Let's Rage Coogs. Thank you to our supporters and the supporters we have for next week as we'll be in Kansas City for the Big 12 tournament.
Yes.
Tune in less than 12 hours for my show on the Houston Roundball Review on YouTube, The Takeover, which I'm going to record in about 30 minutes. So I'll be up till probably 2 and get 2 hours sleep and go to work.
Jeez.
And do all that. And that'll be it for the season for that kind of, straining on my old body. But support Pod Slamma Jamma, support Let's Rage Coog, support the Houston Roundball Review. And I'll keep it brief. Cougs again. We'll be doing this again Saturday for the last game of the regular season. Cougs will win at Oklahoma State to clinch the 2 seed in the Big 12 tournament. 3 years in the Big 12, 2 firsts and a second. I'll take that. I'll take that for sure. And then this team is getting better. We can see the team's getting better. So join us this Saturday for the next edition of Let's Rage Cougs. And as always, Fluff, this is for you, brother. Since 1994, the Houston Round Ball Review. Local name, global perspective.
I just want to say, man, I'm so happy to see all three of you brothers. You guys, if I never got on this podcast, I want to tell y'all this. If I never got on this podcast, it probably would have took me another 7 years to get out here. I was talking to Andy about, I'm so into my routine and I'm so into my journey and locked into the goals I have that it's hard for me to break that. And I don't let you brothers know that for me to do that, I love y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't break them for nobody. And it probably would have took me another 5 to 7 years to get out here if I didn't get on this podcast. Thanks for y'all bringing me in here. Shouts to Jamar Thorpe for plugging us together.
Mm-hmm.
And
Sure.
shouts to Jamar Thorpe for being the bridger and making this thing happen, man. And we just getting started. And always go Coogs, Cougar for life. I'm just flabbergasted on how beautiful this place is, and I want to see it more and more.
Man, shout out to Fluff. You know it's our love, man. I'm glad you got to go back to the crib. Glad got the warm welcome that you deserve. I can't wait to see the video from you seeing yourself on the wall. I can't wait to see
Crying
it.
like a baby. Andy right there, he'd say I was crying like a baby, bro.
Yeah, I can't wait, man. I can't wait.
I'm a poster too. I ain't even gonna.
I
My
look forward
cousin
to seeing
got
it.
me. I
Yeah.
told him to take don't film me. Just take the picture. I told him just take the picture, and he filming me while I'm talking. I ain't even really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's coming. It's gonna be the first of two sons pictures up.
Let's talk about it, bro.
We manifesting. We
And then
manifesting.
let's retire both of them.
Yeah, retire
Let's
the
do it.
three.
Yeah.
Retire the three in the tray.
You know what I mean? That's deep, D.
You know what
Man,
I'm
you need to go home somewhere.
talking
I had the
about? Man.
3 on in the tray. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that. I had that 3 on in the tray. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
man.
man,
Much
like
love.
Chris said though, man, two number one finishes, finishing second after we get the dub next week. Nothing less than the top two finish. We still run this conference. A good year from Arizona, but we'll see you guys probably in the final four or in the ship. So I'm looking forward to it, man. You know, win, lose, or draw. Go Coogs.